Hey guys, welcome back to part 4 of my 12 vlog series in Poland. If you watched the last vlog, I just arrived in the mountains and was getting ready to go out to get dinner. If you are new here, welcome and come join us. So for dinner, we ended up going to Kapres, which is their local restaurant in Nowy Targ. They have amazing homemade food. You guys, the prices are very fair too, so if you are looking for a traditional, delicious Polish meal, you definitely want to come here if you are in Nowy Targ. So my mom and my aunt had a kotlet schabowy with kasha gryczana, and I had a kotlet schabowy with potatoes. And then the traditional thing in Poland to serve is always a surówka and some kind of a soup. So I got rosół with these dumplings. The food was to die for. This was my favorite meal that I had in Poland. I actually ended up coming back here for several days in a row just because their chicken soup was that good, you guys. This really reminded me of my grandmother's cooking, so it really hit close to my heart. We ended up paying 120 zlote for 3 of us. It really wasn't a lot. And for dessert, we ended up visiting one of my favorite spots that I used to come to as a child. This ice cream has all natural ingredients and it's pesticide and chemical free. They only have a couple of flavors because of that reason, but this ice cream place is definitely worth checking out if you're in Nowy Targ.
We got the ice cream that I was telling you guys about. This was my favorite ice cream to get as a kid when I used to live here. I literally used to get like the largest portion and I would just eat that for lunch. This is the best. It still tastes the same, like literally the exact same when I had it years ago. So if you're ever in Nowy Targ, I really recommend you guys come to get this ice cream. This is so good.
So I ended up getting the vanilla and blueberry flavor. Sometimes they have green apple and pear flavor, which is pretty good too. And after we had our ice cream, we ended up going to Rossmann. It's like a drugstore chain in Poland. It's kind of like a CVS or a Walgreens if you are an American watching this. And they have everything here. Like you can get laundry detergent, you can get toiletries, you can get makeup. The best makeup that you can get here is either Eveline or Maybelline. Those are like more expensive kinds of brands that you can get there. They don't have like the traditional Sephora brands there, so if you need that, you have to go elsewhere. So after Rossmann, it was time to go food shopping, so we went to Biedronka. Biedronka is a major chain supermarket in Poland. It's kind of like a Publix or a ShopRite or even a Whole Foods, but the way that things are presented for customers to shop here is a little bit different. I feel like American supermarkets are a lot more elegant versus Polish supermarkets. It's kind of just like everything's in boxes. We're definitely really big on eating candy, and you know I picked some up before I left. But so this is what we ended up getting so far. We just wanted to get like healthy food because for the past 3 days me and my mom have been eating garbage. This is the checkout line. You can get cigarettes and alcohol at the checkout line. Obviously we have our liquors at liquor stores too, but hey, we have them at Biedronka as well. Anyways, we decided that we're going to start eating healthy the next day and we went to bed, and this is the view that I would be waking up to for the next 14 days.
You guys, I literally just rolled out of bed. I had some coffee with my aunt. We were sitting outside just looking at cows. Dude, just wait until you see this road. This is literally a dirt road that I'm walking on. I freaking love this life. Like, this is literally where I grew up. I moved to the States when I was 10. So this is all I knew, literally. Dirt roads, fields, cows, mountains, which I'm obviously going to show you guys. Can't really see it maybe from the vlog, but it's like back there. This is like my life. I was in Kraków for a couple of days, and to be honest with you, I prefer this life. I prefer like village life with barking dogs and like a dirt road. This is where I'm from. I feel like home here. In Kraków, I actually had like a little bit of anxiety because there's like so many people and like so much going on at all times.
So let me show you guys where I grew up, and this is the house right here. This is where my mom brought me to when I was only 6 months old. I was actually born in Lublin. That's where my mom's from. And this is where my dad grew up. This is my dad's side of the family's home. And this is the village. This is the street that I would walk to every single day to go to school with my friends. And you know what? I loved growing up in Poland, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. This is where we kept our cows, our chickens, our pigs, our horses, and our crops for the winter. And let me just show you what my house looks like inside.
Perfekt. Jeszcze woda tu stoi.
So I think my mom was just as shocked as I was to see the condition of the house. Nobody has been living here for the past 13 years, so of course it's going to look a little used and abused, but nothing has changed in the past 20 years. Like, these curtains have been here for as long as I can remember. The sink has never been put in because we were going to America, so who needs a sink? But yeah, this is the bathroom, and we used to have a washer, but we gave it away to our neighbors. So the house obviously was in a much better condition when my mom and I lived here. My grandma used to live here too after we went to the United States. I did not show you guys the upstairs because I was afraid to go up the stairs because they were really old, so I might fall through them. So I'm just going to show you the original part of the house. The upstairs was actually built a little bit later on, but this is where my dad grew up. So there was 2 rooms, and his siblings and him would share these 2 rooms. I think the girls would sleep in one room and the boys would sleep in the other room. He was a sculptor, so he would sculpt these sculptures, and obviously when I was a little girl, you know, I thought that it needed a touch-up, so I would draw all over them. I'm sorry, Dad. And across the hall is the kitchen, and that's where my grandpa and my grandma would sleep. And after my grandparents and my aunts and uncles emigrated to the United States, it became my house and my dad's.
That mirror, oh my God. This mirror right here is what got me into modeling. I used to sit in front of this mirror and like practice my modeling poses when I was a little girl, like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years old. And I'd be like, and then guess what? I became a model.
This is so nostalgic for me, you guys. Like, these closets that are here, the mirror. This is like an old school Polish deptak, which every Polish household has. We have a grand piano here that I taught myself how to play. We also have like the traditional firanki that have been up here for like 20 years. And just everything about this room makes me feel nostalgic. And this is our Easter basket. But anyway, so me and my mom, we moved here, and my dad actually ended up adding 2 rooms upstairs and a kitchen, but as I said, I'm not going to go up there because I was nervous. So I'm just going to show you the original kitchen in the house. So this furnace stove has probably been here for at least 60 years. This is how Polish people used to cook. You would put the firewood in there and just heat up the stove and cook and bake. And so yeah, guys, this is what the kitchen looks like. There used to be a normal stove, but we gave that away. We clearly still have a refrigerator, and that's it for the kitchen tour.
So yeah, this is my childhood home. This is where I grew up. My neighbors were my best friends. And yeah, you guys, it's crazy. It's like crazy, like looking back at it. I'm so grateful for everything I have. No lie, like so grateful. But I'm also so grateful that like I got to experience my childhood here, you know, because like this house means so much to me. Wait, come meet my neighbor. Cześć Daniel, jak tam? Co słychać?
Oj, żyje się jakoś.
Żyje się, no u nas też się żyje. Przyjechaliśmy zobaczyć, co się tu tak dzieje, bo ta chałupa to się chyba rozwali. Czosik mi się zdaje.
So that was Daniel. He was my neighbor, and he used to be one of my best friends. I used to hang out with him and his siblings quite a lot. We used to go to the river. We used to explore the woods. We would also play in like broken down cars just because toys and TV were very scarce in Poland. So we had to, you know, improvise.
All right, you guys, I'm just walking around the village right now, reminiscing. It's so crazy to be back here. We're going to get some osypek, which is like a traditional Highlander cheese. My face got so round. I have such bad IBS flare-ups because I can't have gluten and I can't have dairy, and Poland is literally all gluten and dairy. Pierogi, naleśniki, kanapki, kopytka, everything is gluten and everything is dairy, and my stomach is suffering. So if you are gluten intolerant or lactose intolerant, make sure you bring like a digestive enzyme or something. I didn't. I'll just suffer. It's fine. You know, it's also great. Everybody says dzień dobry to you. That means hello, which is really friendly. I love Poland. Yo, I think I might move back here. I'm not sure, but like Poland is just like amazing.
So I had to show you guys these traditional Polish kapcie, which are house shoes. And of course, this is what the osypek looks like. And then we have some jam. My aunt has this stand by the cemetery. So if you're in Debno, just go check her out. She has everything homemade and it's super delicious. But let me just try this cheese.
This is an osypek. It's a traditional Highlander cheese. I'm gonna die, but this is really good. Look at this. It's like a smoked cheese. I have to bring a bunch of this back for my friends, my American friends. I have a lot of friends that love this cheese. You can get the smoked cheese and you can grill it with like kielbasa and like toasted bread with butter and have some ketchup on that. So good. And a pickle. And then for me, you're gonna need like 5 rolls of toilet paper, but like it's worth it. I can't believe I'm back in Poland. Like this is all hitting me right now.
So this is one of the most famous churches in Europe, actually. It's the St. Michael's Archangel's Church in Debno, also known as Świętego Michała Archanioła Kościół. So this church was built in the second half of the 15th century, and it's one of the oldest structures of its type in Poland. And what is really unique about this church is that it contained and now has replicas of the oldest artifacts that you could find in Poland up to date, but now they are in a museum, of course. So this is the church where I was baptized, got my first communion, and attended church daily with my friends. Church was actually a big part of our social life as Polish people.
So we're at a Polish pharmacy right now. This is where you come to get like your prescriptions, and this is where you come to get anything for like hair or beauty that you can't get at like a main drugstore. So this is what it looks like. Just wanted to show you guys. So we got laxatives, and I wonder what these are gonna work like. I mean, honestly, like after a long flight, I feel like people do get constipated, so it's not like weird. But if you're in Poland and you can't poop because you just had a long flight, this is what this is what you guys need to get. All natural. Nothing changed. Nothing changed in this little town. Oh my god. Like Krakow was nice, but like I didn't feel like at home. Like now I really feel at home.
But this is it for this vlog. I have a brand new vlog coming out next week, so make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, turn your post notification bell button on so you don't miss that video.